Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Epic Geek Out, the only show on the internet that films in their very own meth super lab. I'm your host, Chad.
I'm your host, Rob, and today we're going to be giving our final thoughts of one of our favorite television series of all time, Breaking Bad.
As always, you can check us out over at Twitter at Epic Geek Out. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/epicgeekout, and also check out the website, www.epicgeekout.com. But let's put on our meth masks and brew up a review of Breaking Bad.
So today we're talking finally about the finale of Breaking Bad, an awesome, amazing show that has been 5 seasons in the making.
And spoilers. Spoilers abound.
abound.
Do not watch this if you want to see the series. We're going to be talking about everything.
Yeah, we kind of held off so that way we could talk spoilers. So most of you have hopefully seen it. I think it was like the finale was like a month ago or so.
Yeah.
So obviously, if you haven't seen it, don't watch it. But quick recap: Walter White, a well-mannered chemistry teacher who gets diagnosed with cancer and has to go into
doesn't have
the meth
to
business.
Chooses to.
Well, he needs the money. Let's be
yeah.
honest. He needs the money, so he decides to use his skills, his chemistry skills, to make the best, most purest meth that's out there. And over the course of 5 seasons, his character evolves to be sort of, this crazy little guy realizing his real potential to be this like meth kingpin guy. Craziness stuff happens. Awesome. You've seen it, but here's our thoughts on it. This is from AMC, obviously a awesome network at this point. They have so many hits, and this is kind of a weird show that sort of flew under the radar until it was on
FX
Netflix.
didn't want it.
Yeah.
AMC decided to take a risk for it. And
it kind of flew under the radar for a couple years, and ratings weren't amazing. There was a following, but once it kind of hit Netflix, everyone caught up with it, and then
binge watched it
as we did. And season 5 was broken up into 2 parts over the course of 2 years. So 16 episodes total, 8 and 8. And
which aside note, did you see the Anthony Hopkins letter he wrote?
Yeah, awesome.
Anthony Hopkins binge watched it on Netflix and said that to Bryan Cranston and the rest of the cast, best acting he's ever seen. Which coming from him is kind of
pretty good.
Kind of lends something.
Yeah, for sure. And like by the final half of season 5, the final episodes, it had record numbers in terms of viewers, and just really cool to see it go out on top like that.
And I'm one of those Netflix people. You're one of those Netflix people. I only caught up to the second half of season 5, just like I did with Lost. I want to be part of the pop culture phenomenon that it is. So Netflix got us to watch it. So that's really interesting as well.
So I guess we'll talk about the 3 things: the series as a whole, the final 8 episodes, and the finale, because I think the final 8 episodes, there's no doubt that they were amazing. And the finale, I think polarizing, but not as much as like something like Lost.
Definitely. And
then the series, like where is it the greatest series of all time? So all your thoughts on all those things.
Okay, so I loved it. There was a point where I was binge watching this on Netflix, and I was getting through it, but it really it dragged me down. There was some things that I didn't like about it. I didn't like the whole airplane season. I thought I hated the openings for that, and I didn't like some of that storyline.
You loved it till you found out what it was.
Exactly. Yeah, and then I didn't enjoy that aspect of it. There were moments where it's a draining show. This is not a show that you watch and you go and frolic in a field after. This show takes it out of you. But I think that's a testament to the filmmaking, and I will say filmmaking of the show, because
amazing.
Some guest directors were great and directed great episodes, and just it really takes a character. The first season is he does kill a person, and it's one person, and it's him battling to kill one person, whereas his character grows on, and it's later. He has no qualms,
his children.
Doing the most radical things. And so they really took this character and did some amazing things. When we talked, there was a moment in the finale that I absolutely loved, which I think just vindicated the entire should we get into that now?
Yeah.
Yeah, the moment in the finale when he is having his last meeting with Skylar, and he admits that he did it all for himself, and, he started and he wanted to get money for his kids, which he ended up doing, and that was great too. But that he admitted, and he tried to say, I'm doing this for the family, but he wasn't. He was doing that because he was screwed out of the company, the billion-dollar company that he was a part of. He was this little guy that was always stepped on. Hank had this like demeaning personality over him that he did it for himself. And for him to admit that, it was a weight off of his shoulders and Skylar's shoulders, because she could just forgive him, I feel, in that moment, that he finally told her the truth when he's been lying to her the whole time. That was the most poignant moment, I think, of TV. It was great. I mean, at least top 5 for me. Because you just saw a character come to a realization that you knew, that right. You know he's doing this now for himself. And you saw him care at different points for different characters. But in the end, it was about himself. And, you know, he did have this fatherly, you know, type of relationship, of course. But, like, I don't know. That was just great. And that made the finale awesome for me. Because everything else, I guessed every other point. Yeah. It's like, she's going to get the rice in.
It wasn't surprising, but that's maybe why it's so good.
Not surprising is now surprising.
Yeah.
Because you're expecting some ridiculous twist. And now, for the fact that it wasn't surprising, it's kind of like, oh, they just did that? So, I mean, I loved it. And I'm happy I got to see it live.
I think in comparison to something which I really liked, the Lost finale, but that was not the same thing as this show. This show has a clear beginning and end, which I think is rare. It just helps it. It's rare and helps it make it what it is. You know, it's never really kind of gone away from that, and I think that's awesome. You know, and that's kind of that restraint just doesn't happen anymore.
This show certainly does not linger. There is not, you know, he doesn't go to California for a bit and open up a taco stand or anything like weird and unneeded.
Jump the
like,
shark moment.
Yeah, there certainly isn't that in the show. So
yeah, I think so. In terms of like a whole series, like obviously last 8 episodes, insane, but they can kind of it's kind of a cheat because they can unleash. They know
the fury.
They can just like let stuff go nuts and let people die, and that's awesome because they know they're ending. Great, right? And I think that we agree that the last episode, while not surprising, definitely wrapped up the themes of the show really well. Had kind of the wrap-ups moments that we wanted. I even feel like the third to last episode was really the finale. The last 2 were sort of like the post-finale epilogue type thing. But as a series, you feel it's the best show you've ever seen?
It is up there, absolutely. And I think it might be the best made show. It might not be the one that I've enjoyed the most. Because it is. It does, like I said before, take a lot out of you to invest. Each of these are like mini movies of, you know, of pure drama. So
and craziness.
And utter, you know, craziness. So I mean, it's absolutely up there, but I don't know if I can give it that. I'm trying to think. I mean, I don't know what I like more. I mean, it is certainly up there for me, and I'm so happy that I got to see it live. I call it, you know, the last episodes all live, you know, watched the finale with my parents, which was great. You know, and I've never seen Twitter blow up before with a show like this, or, you know, just people talking about it. I mean, this provided water cooler moments for people who saw it and like, oh, did you see this? And and it is so different from what it started out to be. Like, it is such a different show, and I think the transformation is incredible, and it's a huge feat for, you know, television.
Yeah, I agree. I think it could be the greatest show that I've ever seen. I don't know. Like,
what do you think might compare to it?
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I love Friday Night Lights. I mean, that's a recent one that I caught up with. And again, all these shows that like anything we can say.
My favorite show, 24 probably. Not a good show. I mean, every season was not good, you know?
No.
There were some good seasons of that show. But in terms of... And it's by the nature of it. I mean, that's the thing is, like, you can't compare this to other shows because it's such a unique thing.
It is.
And that's what makes it good. But you can't... Again, can you say that? I don't know. It's interesting. I mean... I don't know.
I mean, it certainly had a better finale than Dexter, which is a show that I really enjoyed. True Blood, I mean, isn't near it, but both those shows I thought of, and it's funny because you have to go to really like cable, or not cable, but like premium channels to compare shows to this. Game of Thrones, things like that. Those shows totally overstayed their welcome. I mean, True Blood overstayed its welcome, and it's not even over. And Dexter overstayed its welcome by 2 or 3 seasons. So I think the fact that this, you know, this show was finite, and you know, it's
They
over.
recognize that.
I think that is what makes it stand above the crowd. And
How about like Sopranos?
I've only seen the first season of Sopranos,
Yeah.
so I can't really judge it too. But you know, I mean, but it's amazing to think that an AMC show can stand against,
yeah, that's true.
you know, the premium shows that have no shackles of, you know,
For sure.
restrictions and things like that. So I think that's a testament too.
Yeah, so I guess it's an argument. What do you guys think? Do you think there is a better show? Let us know what show that could possibly compare to that. I would be interested just to hear other people's opinions because I'm not sure. I don't know if I can make that call.
Yeah.
I want to think it is. Like I do. I really do think that for me it might be, but trying to even compare it to something else is just tough, you know?
Agreed.
And so what do you guys think? Do you think it is? Do you think it's not? Let us know why. Comment below. Yeah, I think overall,
Breaking
if you
Bad.
haven't seen it and you're up to this
You
point,
have to
you're
watch
spoiled
it.
now,
Yeah.
but go see it.
Yeah.
So let us know what you think. So it's time to share some thanks with you for all the geek stuff in the world. Rob, what's your thanks today?
I'm going to thank some news that I heard this week. Thor: The Dark World comes out next week, which I think we're both pretty excited to see.
Came out from nowhere. It really
Out of
did.
nowhere, yeah. I mean, it really, you know, it's the return of an Avenger, as their, you know, the advertisements are saying. It's already been opened worldwide, doing very strong performances overseas. But the news that I would like to thank is I've been caught up with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and it really isn't the best show ever. It really isn't even that good of a show. I'm waiting for this show to gain its footing and really grab me. I'm going to watch it. It's Marvel. They have me as a viewer, but I am not like over the moon recommending it to people. But there is news that for November sweeps, they're going to be tying in something from the Thor movie into a November episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
That's pretty cool.
And that is what this show can be. I think it might need a change of showrunners. You know, Joss Whedon isn't involved. It's his brother doing it. Or more of a budget or something. They need to make this show grittier and more...
Unfortunately, it's on ABC. So
I know, but the show
happen.
does need something. I hope that this can bring in some, you know, viewers after the Thor movie. I'm wondering if one of the tags at the end of the movie is tying it into the show, which is going to be epic and just nuts that it's, you know, a movie, again, is tying into television. So I am still watching the show. I still have my high hopes for it, but, you know, hopefully this can, you know, get it on track and they can start introducing more of the Marvel universe.
I'm unfortunately behind, but
Well, you're not.
I might catch
Unfortunately,
up.
it is. It's not terrible, but it is not that good.
I might. This might be enough to catch up. You know, so that's interesting that they can do that for sure. I'm gonna thank something that got announced this week as well. So we're both excited. We both have the new Xbox pre-ordered. Comes out in like 3 weeks, which is insane that we're to that point. But one of the things that I was disappointed about was that the Kinect games will not be out for launch, which is unfortunate because I think that was our most favorite feature from when we played with it.
Yeah, it was certainly, you know, the thing that grabbed us.
Yeah, for sure. But they just announced they're going to actually release a demo-type free section of Kinect Sports Rivals, which is the Wave Runner thing that we played. So that portion of the game will be released at launch for people to play for free, which is really cool because I think that can... Like, I think when I show somebody the new Xbox, like, that's the one thing I'm going to show them.
Well, it shows off the hardware. It is what shows off, like, this is what's different.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
Because, you know, they ran into this whole graphics thing of, you know, are the graphics really even that much better in the new Xbox One?
The new Ghosts is like 720p. It's not even...
And it's,
it's upscaling,
so
crazy.
I mean, that, I think, really hurt them. I mean, why are they buying this? And this really shows one of the features and turning it into that entertainment system kind of thing.
Definitely. And so even though the game won't be out till the spring, it's exciting that at least we get to sort of play around with it a little bit in the meantime. So... Thank you, Microsoft, I guess, for doing that, for actually releasing a game for the thing you're making us buy.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. So we'll be back next week with some more episodes for you. Thanks for watching. This week, as always, leave comments below. Let us know about the shows that you guys think might compare to Breaking Bad. If there's one that's better, the one that's almost there.
And, you know, we said that we were going to get into Breaking Bad. We kind of forgot it. A review, or not a reviewer, but a commenter. Commenter. You know, remind us and wanted to hear our thoughts on Breaking Bad, and that's why we did this episode. So, you know, thanks for the suggestion. You know, keep them coming.
Yep. So we'll see you next time. Thanks again for watching. Let us know what you think.